When you hear World War II, you probably picture tanks and battleships. But the real battle was fought with metal and wood, and a handful of guns changed everything. Ready for the weapons that started a revolution? The M1 Garand stands out as the only standard-issue, semi-automatic rifle of the conflict. Produced between 1936 and 1945, more than 5.4 million examples rolled off the assembly lines. Its 40-round in-block clip let an American infantryman fire as fast as a machine gun while still hitting targets at 500 m, but the rifle was heavy, about 4 kilograms, and required careful cleaning in the field. Private First Class John Jack McCarthy of the 1st Infantry Division noted in his diary, "I could keep firing while my buddies reloaded. It felt like I had a machine gun in my hands." That fire superiority forced German units to abandon static foxholes for hop-and-pop tactics, reshaping infantry combat. Though the Garand was not glamorous, it proved that a semi-automatic rifle could be practical on the battlefield. Next came the Sturmgewehr 44, the world's first true assault rifle. Officially designated STG-44, about 1.2 million of these gas-operated weapons were built from 1942 to 1945. Its 30-round detachable box and selectable semi- or full automatic fire made it controllable at 600 m, firepower that matched the Soviet ppsh-41 and British Sten while staying manageable for the average soldier. Hitler initially called it complicated, but after Oberstleutnant Heinz Guderian demonstrated the gun to the Führer, he ordered immediate mass production for all fronts. Some historians argue the STG-44 arrived too late to alter the war's outcome. Yet without its design, the later AK-47 might never have emerged, cementing the assault rifle concept that dominates modern armies. The MP-40 embodied the notion of a submachine gun of the common man. More than 2 million of these compact 9mm weapons were manufactured, their simple blowback, stamped steel construction perfect for wartime austerity. At just 2.9 kilograms, they were light enough to carry all day, produced little recoil, and excelled in the close-quarters fighting of bombed cities. The MP-40's silhouette appears in countless films, Saving Private Ryan, Band of Brothers, and countless wartime posters. While Sergeant Lena Sparky McAllister of the U.S. 90th Infantry recalled, "The MP-40 was my safety blanket in the rubble of Estilo. One-handed, it let me keep firing while crawling through crawl spaces." On the Eastern Front, the ppsh-41 earned the nickname the Red Hammer. Over 6 million of these 7.62 by 25 mm submachine guns rolled out between 1941 and 1944, feeding either a 71-round drum or a 35-round box magazine. Its simple gas piston system kept cycling even at -40 degrees Celsius, a temperature at which many German MP-40s jammed. At the Battle of Stalingrad, Soviet troops could discharge up to 1,200 rounds per minute from a single ppsh-41, effectively mowing down advancing German infantry. Veteran Ivan Petrov later said, "When the snow fell, my ppsh-41 never missed a beat. It was the only thing that gave us a chance to hold the line." While the Soviet Union relied on the ppsh-41, its own storied Mosin-Nagant rifle showed how an older design could dominate when paired with mass production. Originally introduced in 1891, roughly 17 million Mosin-Nagant variants were still in service during World War II. Its 5-round internal box magazine, weatherproofed bolt, and fast stripper clip reloads gave it extreme robustness, even when rebuilt from captured German parts. Snipers such as Vasily Zaitsev logged 225 confirmed kills with a Mosin-Nagant 1891-30, proving that precision could still win the day in the era of semi-automatics. The rifle embodied the Red Army's fight together doctrine, where cheap, reliable firearms could be fielded in staggering numbers. In the Pacific Theater, American troops carried the M1 carbine, a lightweight .30 caliber carbine that weighed just 2.5 kilograms, about half the weight of the Garand. More than 6 million were produced from 1938 to 1945, and its 15-round in-block magazine kept reloads quick while keeping the weapon nimble for paratroopers, engineers, and vehicle crews. Effective up to 200 m, the carbine's compact size let Marines sprint across coral reefs and still pop a Japanese sniper from 150 m. Corporal Hiroshi Tanaka of the U.S. Marine Corps later wrote, I could sprint across a coral reef with my M1 carbine on my back and still pop a Japanese sniper from 150 m. Nothing heavier could have done that. The iconic Thompson Tommy gun captured the imagination of both soldiers and the public. Around 1.5 million .45 ACP Thompsons were built between 1921 and 1945, renowned for their stopping power and ruggedness in mud and rain. Yet the weapon was heavy, about 3.9 kilograms when loaded, and expensive, costing roughly $45 per unit in 1942, over $700 in today's dollars. Though eventually supplanted by the cheaper M3 grease gun, the Thompson remained a symbol of American resolve on screen and in the hands of elite units. Its thunderous boom made it instantly recognizable. A 1943 Life magazine spread even called it the sound of American resolve. In occupied Europe, the Sten gun emerged as a symbol of resistance. Designed in 1941 for rapid, cheap production, more than 4 million Sten Mk3s were manufactured in Britain, Canada, and Australia, using stamped steel and a simple wooden stock that any farmer could assemble. Its shortcomings, prone to misfires if moisture entered the barrel and inaccurate beyond 50 m, were offset by its cultural impact. British Special Operations executive operatives, French maquisards, and Yugoslav partisans all wielded the Sten, turning a toy-like weapon into a potent emblem of defiance. French maquisard Henri Le Petit Dupont famously remarked, "We called it the toy because it looked fragile, but when you pulled the trigger it sounded like a thunderclap, enough to make a tank driver think twice." British forces also trusted the Lee-Enfield rifle, a .303 bolt-action weapon that had served since 1907 and still numbered over 17 million by the war's end. Its 10-round duckbill box magazine, smooth bolt lift, and controlled round feeding allowed trained soldiers to fire up to 15 rounds per minute accurately, far faster than most contemporaries. At the 1942 Battle of El Alamein, a small Lee-Enfield squad held off a German advance for 4 hours, buying crucial time for a supply convoy. The rifle's distinctive click-click loading rhythm became synonymous with British resolve and is still remembered by veterans today. Finally, the MG42 earned the nickname Hitler's buzzsaw for its relentless, high-pitched 7.92 by 57 mm fire that could spit out 1,200 rounds per minute on a belt feed. Over 400,000 were produced between 1942 and 1945, making it one of the most mass-produced heavy machine guns ever. Its sound forced Allied troops to seek cover before they even saw the enemy, reshaping defensive tactics across the Wehrmacht. Though the post-war MG3 still serves in dozens of armies, the MG42's legacy lives on in modern doctrines of suppressive fire. During the Normandy landings, American soldiers recalled hearing the sound of MG4 before spotting any German positions, a psychological weapon as potent as the gun itself. Together, these 10 guns illustrate how simple engineering, massive production, and human ingenuity can reshape warfare. They were not perfect. Each had drawbacks, but each filled a niche that proved decisive when the war's chaos descended. From the semi-automatic confidence of the M1 Garand to the chilling efficiency of the MG42, these weapons survived the turmoil of history and turned metal into myth. Which of these weapons do you think changed warfare the most? Drop a comment below and follow for more bite-sized history bites.